The best way to make sure you don't get ladders like this one in your projects is to redistribute stitches on the needles every now and then. If you're working with double pointed needles, then once you finish working on one group of stitches, put the empty needle aside for a moment and take the new group of stitches in your left hand, keeping the previous group of stitches in your right hand. And then work one or more stitches from the left needle to the right needle. Knit or purl them depending on the stitch pattern that you follow. As to the number of stitches to shift, one stitch is usually enough, but if you're working in a stitch pattern that has a small pattern repeat, like ribbing for example, then it makes sense to work the pattern repeat. Let's say if it's a 1 by 1 ribbing, then you would knit stitch and purl a stitch, not to break the pattern repeat. And then take the empty needle and work the stitches of this new group until you finish working with them, and then repeat the same steps. So put the empty needle aside, then take the next group of stitches in your left hand and work one or more stitches from that needle to the previous to join the previous group of stitches, and keep going on and on and on until you work stitches on all 4 needles, or 3 needles if you're working with 4 double pointed needles instead of 5. While you are still in the middle of the round, you will see that the number of stitches is different on the needles. Like these 2 needles have 4 stitches on each of them, but these ones have 3 and 5. But once you come to the end of the round and work stitches on all 4 needles, then you will see that the number of stitches will even out, and each needle will have 4 stitches, or as many stitches as it should have in your project. Because we shift the stitches, that means that the beginning of the round also shifts. So if you are used to relying on the yarn tail to tell you where the beginning of the round is, then if the stitch pattern is not really visual, like a ribbing for example, then it's better to place a marker so that you remember where the beginning of the round is. So my beginning of the round is right here. The idea is exactly the same for projects worked with circular needles. If it's 2 short circular needles, or 1 long circular needle and the magic loop technique, the idea is the same. We're gonna shift stitches within the round, but the process is slightly different. So once you finish working on one group of stitches, then rearrange the needle so that you're ready to work on the next group of stitches. And then work again 1 or 2, depending on the stitch pattern that you're using, stitches from the left needle to the right needle. But don't work any more stitches. Instead, pull the needle up, the right needle up, moving the stitch down the cord, the cable of the needle, to join the previous group of stitches, and then continue working on the new group of stitches, and then do the same thing, moving 1 stitch from this group of stitches to the previous group of stitches. Again, the beginning of the round will shift, so if you need, place a marker right now to mark where the beginning of the round is. Repeat this shifting round in every other round, or every few rounds, or even in every round if you don't want to give those ladders even a slightest chance to appear, and you will see no ladders in your projects, whether you work with circular needles or double pointed needles. To get the full tutorial about this method, go to tenroseday.com/prevent-ladders. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.